Welcome back to my channel and welcome to episode 2 of my video diary of crossing the Atlantic Ocean on board a massive Virgin Voyages cruise ship. If you haven't seen episode 1 covering the first few days, head over to that one now, give it a watch and come back here to check out episode 2. One thing I can tell you is that I'm having an absolute ball on this cruise. If you've just found me, I joined this ship in Barcelona just over a week ago, and I'm on a 14-night cruise all the way to Miami. Over the course of this cruise, I am showing you everything about life on board. So make sure if you're not already, you click that subscribe button directly underneath the video, give the video your thumbs up, and let's get started with the first part of episode 2, and that's day number 4. Day 4, and the weather today has definitely taken a bit of a turn. Now, yesterday our weather was fine, but today it's miserable out there. Now, the crossing that I'm doing is at the beginning of November, so I think when you do Transatlantic at any time of year, you have to be prepared to accept that not every day you're going to be sunbathing just because of geographically where you are. Now, that's certainly the case today because it is pouring out there. We seem to be cruising through various storms today, which is really fascinating, where I went for breakfast earlier and it looked totally fine. And then 20 minutes later, it started totally pouring with rain. Then it was fine. Then it started pouring again. And when it pours, it really, really pours. It's that rain where if you're out in it for any more than 10 seconds, you're going to be soaked all the way through. It's a bit like a tropical storm, actually. Now, personally, I actually quite like that. I know that if you want to come on the cruise and just sunbathe the whole time, then it's probably not ideal for you. But I'm really enjoying with this cruise so far how different each day has been from a weather point of view. Now, my plan for today, to be honest, I don't have a great deal to show you today other than dinner tonight, because I am having what, to be honest, I think a transatlantic crossing is all about. And I'm having a me day today because we are now officially at the halfway point across the ocean, which means that we couldn't be further from land right now on this crossing. So we are so far from the US, we are so far from Europe, and that to me is the perfect formula for just switching off and chilling out. So my plan today is to move around the ship, eating and drinking and just relaxing. I'm also going to come back to my cabin and watch a couple of movies on my TV. And I'm also going to head down and use the thermal suite as well. So I won't show you like the thermal suite in this video, for example, because I want to relax and I don't want to take my camera with me. But if you check out my full ship tour, then you'll see it over on that. So yeah, I'm going to go out, check out the rain a little bit more, then relax on board the ship, and I'll see all of you when we go for dinner tonight. You might look at these clips showing you the weather on board the ship today, and you might be thinking, wow, that looks hellish. I couldn't think of anything worse than being on a cruise ship like that, way out in the middle of the ocean, in the pouring rain, going through storms. However, my mindset today was so calm and so at ease. There is something so relaxing and so pure about being way out here in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean in the rain with no passengers around. I absolutely loved it. It was so peaceful. As much as I thought I would spend all day in the warmth of the inside of the ship, I actually couldn't stop just wandering round the ship in the rain. It was so relaxing. So maybe if you are planning a transatlantic cruise, look at the real positives of when it rains, the people disappear. I absolutely loved it, and it's exactly what I needed today. Dinner tonight was in the Wake, which is the onboard steakhouse, which you'll find at the very back of the ship. Now, I am no stranger to this venue, and I absolutely adore the food in here. I opted for steak and then some sides. The bread was wonderful. These cheesy potatoes were wonderful. And dessert was wonderful. You get the picture. My headspace today was great. Right, It's actually now the end of day 5, so I am just chilling in the cabin with a glass of the finest and thought I would catch you up on what's happened today. Now, today was without doubt the best weather we've had so far. We've had a couple of days of quite severe swells, we've then had a day of really bad rain, and today, glorious sunshine almost all day, which was brilliant. Which means that today is, I think, the first day of the crossing where I've been able to actually lie on a sun lounger and switch off, which has been so, so nice. Now, the bulk of my day today has actually been spent across two activities. Number one is enjoying the sunshine, and number two is filming my ship tour. Now, one of the things that's quite difficult about trying to capture ship tours for YouTube is that if you don't capture it all while the ship's in port, then you kind of get a bit stuck, because when everyone's then on the ship on the sea days, it's really difficult to film a quiet ship because you can't have loads of people in your shots. Now, today has been an absolute gift because the sunshine took all those people to the top deck and I could crack on with filming the inside of the ship. The reason why I didn't really spend an entire port day filming was because on this itinerary, it's a 14-night cruise. We only had 3 ports, I think, so I didn't really want to spend one of my port days on the ship, if that makes sense. I thought there'd be plenty of time when we got on, so you'll be delighted to know there's only one thing remaining to film on my ship tour, and that is the spa and the thermal suite, which I'm going to at midnight tonight to try and film when they close. So yeah, I've been asked to go back at that point, so that's going to be a midnight spa session. Now, anyway, what have I got up to today? Now, if I move over here a little bit, on this side of your screen, you can see the daily schedule for today to give you a little bit of an idea of the kind of things that you could get up to if you are spending all day today at sea on Valiant Lady. Now, I am finding that when you get to this point of the cruise, it's, and I'm trying to say this without it sounding negative, it's a little bit repetitive in terms of its fitness in the morning. There's then a couple of events that are the same in the afternoon, and in the night time is largely the same as what it is every other night, whether it be the nightclub or whether it be comedy that kind of cycles round. However, tonight, let's talk about this bag. Honestly, tonight, anyone that knows me in the real world will know how excited I am for this. Now, in this bag, there is an invitation to an event, right? So that event, see if anyone can get it. That event is for, oh, in fact, I can't even read it. Barnum's Museum, and it's an invitation to perform at Buckingham Palace. Any clues what we're doing yet? We've then got what my family would call clappy hands. we used to always go and support my dad running the marathon, and we would take these with us. So we have clappy hands. We also have a doily, which I'm not entirely sure what... No, I'm not sure what the doily is for, actually. Maybe we'll figure that out in due course. And finally, there is a glow stick, which is shaped like a candle. So, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to leave my cabin and go to the Greatest Showman sing-along, which I cannot wait. I think this is going to be so much fun. This is going to combine two of my favourite things, The Greatest Showman and a cruise ship. So I'm honestly buzzing about tonight. So that's going to be good. That's down in the Red Room, and yeah, other than that, the only other activity that I did today was the quiz, like in the middle of the afternoon. Now, I didn't actually take part in the quiz, but I just stopped by and tried some of the questions on my own. Naturally, I scored 0, which isn't ideal. However, yes, it passed half an hour anyway. Now, the only final thing I would say before we look to leave the cabin to head down to the Greatest Showman is that, yeah, I feel a bit odd doing Transatlantic on a Virgin ship. It's been great to have so long on a Virgin ship, and it's been such a long time to enjoy every single venue on the ship. But the thing I find really weird about is there are literally no announcements on here. Nobody at any point is telling us where we are. Nobody at any point is telling us about the weather. Nobody at any point is telling us, like, anything. It's really, really strange. Now, in a few weeks, I'll be on Cunard to come back over the Atlantic on the Queen Mary 2, and I think that'll be the polar opposite. And I don't enjoy that element of it, because while it's great that you get a long lie every day because no one pings you to wake you up, something like a midday announcement would be great on here. Because crossing the Atlantic, the only way that I know where I am is by looking at an iPhone app which shows me where the ship is, which seems mad that we're all on this cruise ship and no one's got any idea where we are. So yeah, I would really, really like a daily announcement, even just one, just to let us know where are we, what speed are we doing, and also what's the weather going to be like. Speed is actually irrelevant, but where are we and what's the weather like are two pretty important ones, I would say. But yeah, look, that's it. Day number 5 disappeared. I am going to head down to the Greatest Showman. Probably get a few more of these because I think, yeah, by now you'll have seen my first episode actually. And I've got a $700 bar tab. Now, we've got 3 days at sea left. And I've got $400 remaining. So, yeah, the odds are in my favour that I'm going to have a good final couple of days. So look, let's go down, check out The Greatest Showman, and I will see all of you tomorrow morning, afternoon, evening, who knows at this point, to cover day 6 of the crossing. Cheers!
But don't worry if you don't know the words. This is a sing-along, which kind of means it's epic karaoke. Because the lyrics are going to be on this giant screen, okay?
Day 6, which means we have got 2 more sea days left until we get to Miami, which feels mad. I feel like I got on this ship 2 minutes ago. Now, a couple of things for today. Now, first up, let me talk to you about 2 things that are doing my head in on this cruise ship. Number one is this bedding. Look at this bedding. Look at how thin it is. You're probably going to really struggle to see that on the camera. The bedding in a solo traveller cabin needs, I mean, honestly, it annoyed me on Scarlet Lady, and I've came on here thinking, right, I'm going to be really positive, I'm not going to talk about the bedding, I won't let it annoy me. 10 days in, it's annoying me. So, yes, bedding on this ship is cheap as anything, so I don't think it's the case in all cabins, but in a solo inside cabin, it is so much worse than any type of bedding I would have at home and any type of bedding I've seen in basically any hotel. Virgin, if you're watching this, please give us better bedding. Anyway, ran over and the bed's now a mess behind me. But thing number 2 that's just beginning to really grind on me now is the lack of announcements on this ship. Now, at the start of the cruise, I loved it. At the start of the crossing, I was indifferent about it. Every day it's gone on, I've got more and more annoyed because now, 6 days into the crossing, I have no idea where we are. I've got no idea what the weather's going to be like until I go outside. I feel totally in the dark. And I'm not saying that I think Virgin, for all their cruises, should do announcements, but on a crossing like this, or yeah, whether it's a canal transit or whatever, I feel as though there should be a bit of communication. It feels weird that I'm being told what the weather's going to be like tomorrow by bartenders who have had a bit of an update from behind the scenes. It's a bit strange. So yeah, again, Virgin, if you're listening to this, please can you give us a little bit of an update? That would be great. Now, anyway, in a real nutshell, what has today looked like for me? Now, the weather is well and truly, the sun is back, it's glorious, it's beautiful, and it has been all day out there. So I've spent a little bit of time outside, but not too much, because I'm trying not to lie in the sun too much, to be honest with you, because I'm on ships for quite a long time. Now, I instead have spent a bit of time finishing off my YouTube ship tour for Valiant Lady, which is so exciting. It's the first cruise ship I've ever been on where I've finished the ship tour while still on the ship. After doing that, I then headed down to the magic show. So the entertainment has been pretty good on here. Hopefully you've been able to see that in my other overviews of the other days. And I closed off there with a walk around the deck at sunset. So all in all, it's been a fun day actually. I just don't know where it's gone. It's completely disappeared. Now dinner tonight, I'm heading down to Razzle Dazzle, which is down on deck 5. And that's somewhere that I've been for brunch, I've been for breakfast, but I've never been for dinner. So I'm very intrigued to see what that looks like. And then to close the night tonight, I am going to go to the Magic Act, which should be good because it's a guest performer rather than just a resident member of the cast, if you like. So really looking forward to that. And then, good grief, it'll be day 7. So look, let me take you out. I'll show you the Magic Act tonight, and then I will see you for day 7 tomorrow morning. Let's talk about dinner, shall we? If you've followed me for a while, you may know that I've never been the biggest public fan of Razzle Dazzle as a dining venue on board Virgin ships. However, I am so glad that I gave it another try tonight because they totally over-delivered on my expectations. I even got this cocktail which was garnished with real popcorn. It was great. Anyway, it was then time to crack on with the night. With my trusty glass of red wine, I headed along to the magic show. This was very different to what I expected. The magic acts that I've seen on ships before are usually the very typical, let me cut someone in half and run around the stage with half the body sort of magic. But tonight was much more like the mind wrangling, I think they call it, magic. This guy was actually really quite good, but it was very apparent that the entertainment was getting a much lighter uptake this far into the cruise. I can only assume that people were maybe growing tired of being out every night, and therefore the venues felt half empty. I went outside at the end of the night and I couldn't help but notice how calm the water was. This felt like a real reward because the last few days, as you know, had been pretty choppy, so I was delighted to be getting an evening of rest with the ship not moving. Good morning. It is day number 7, so we've only got one more day before we reach Miami, which is mad. Now, anyway, I'm not going to stay and talk to you for ages today because I'm going to take you out and show you around the ship. Today is the day. I think I said yesterday I was hoping to, but today is the day that I am hoping to finish my Valiant Lady ship tour. So, yeah, by the time you see this video, head over and check that out on my channel. Let me just straighten you up a little bit. There we go. I think that's you. Now, anyway, what I did want to talk to you about before we head out around the ship today was the tablet in the room. Now, I showed you yesterday that you can use this to order like water, you can order ice, you can get your laundry picked up, all that sort of stuff. You can also control the entire room off this, so I just wanted to take a moment to walk you through this. It's so cool. Now, basically, the way it works, on this side of the screen, you've got the temperature. Now, you can either put that up or put that down. You can see the little bar here slides as well. Now, what that's really good for is my bed is obviously here, but my air conditioning control is over there. So this means if I wake up in the middle of the night, I just sleep with the tablet, like, beside the bed. So I just have to reach over, grab the tablet, and make it cooler or make it warmer. It's so cool. Now, from a lighting point of view, you can then adjust what lights you want on. You can either click these buttons up here. This might plunge us into darkness. Yes, so we have now got no light at all, which doesn't make me sound crazy in the slightest. So you've got the off and the on button over here, so if we hit that, all the lights come back on. And then you can kind of do individual settings, so you can make the ceiling light really dim, which you can maybe see adjusting on me, and then you can make it brighter. Or wait till you see this, you can slide this up, and it gives you all these different moods. Now get it on, we're not going to hone in on, but you've got, like, you can click here, and you can see that all around me all the lights have just changed. You've then got here, they change again. You've got here, they change again. How cool is that? I've not seen any other cruise lines do that. That's actually quite a flattering light. Maybe I'll leave it on the purple for now. Yeah, so it's quite a clever use of technology from Virgin, and I'm very excited to see where that could go in the future. But look, today I just want to take you out and show you what I'm doing. It should be quite a quick day because I've got a good bit of work to crack on with today. Funny story as well, but today I might be booking another cruise because I've got a couple of days in Miami and I think I can see a cruise that I can slot into that bit. So, honestly, famous last words. Here I am on a cruise, booking a cruise. How ridiculous can your life get? But look, let me take you out and about around the ship, and then I'll be right here tomorrow morning for our final day at sea. I can't wait. Honestly, I can't wait now to get to land. I think that, I mean, I've really enjoyed being on the ship for this length of time, but I'm now really looking forward to a different day because the routine on a Virgin ship is pretty similar every single day. So when you get to day 5 and day 6 of a 7-night cruise, it gets comfortable. But when you get to day 11, day 12 of a 14-night cruise, it's really quite predictable, I think, is what I would say. So anyway, look, let me take you out, show you what's going on outside, and I'll see you right here tomorrow morning. Yet another day at sea. Here we go. As you can see, the weather has completely turned now. It looks as though that rain and miserable weather is behind us, and we're now approaching Caribbean climates, which is an absolute treat. I love walking outside and getting blasted with that warm air. Inside the ship today, I could have played bingo. I decided to just pop in and have a look. This was hosted by the Diva earlier in the cruise, but now it was just by 2 members of the entertainment team. I soon realised that the Diva was preoccupied elsewhere and she had her hands relatively full, putting on yet another show along in the manor. One thing that I will say is that, as you know, I am such a huge fan of the drag artist on board Virgin cruise ships, but my goodness, do they make them work hard. This woman was putting on a show almost every day of the crossing. She must have been absolutely knackered by the time we finally got to Miami. So yes, she was called Carlos. So Carlos, if you happen to watch this video, a very well done for keeping us entertained. After that, I headed along to the social club, which is one of the dining venues on board, for a milkshake. But while they were making the milkshake, I had to just have some more of the spicy chicken wings. Make sure if you do cruise on these ships, you try the chicken wings. They're included in your fare, and they're amazing. In a constant mission to cleanse my bar tab, I had my vanilla milkshake, and it was a delight. Milkshakes, I don't think they're very widely advertised, so again, make sure you go and grab one of them. That then brought us on to the night time, which, as you can see, there was the most beautiful, would I call this sunset? I'm not entirely sure. I think I missed the sunset, and you just got this gorgeous orange glow over the horizon, and the ship was looking absolutely amazing. I love Virgin ship design, as you will well know. It's just so different to anything else out there in the industry. So after I pulled up a chair by the pool and enjoyed the fact the air was finally now warm again at night, I headed downstairs to continue on my bar tab by ordering potentially the most ridiculous drink I've ever ordered on a cruise. This was some kind of champagne cocktail which came with a weird foamy star thing on top. Very odd, and I probably wouldn't order that again. Anyway, outside tonight was Stargazing night. This is an event that Virgin run once per cruise. They turn off all the lights at the back of the ship. You can see the stars so brightly, although they're not being picked up very well in this video. And a couple of the entertainment crew walk around and tell you stories about the stars. It's a very wholesome experience, and again, something that I would really recommend if you want a night away from the partying and you just want to come along here, grab a drink, relax, and watch the sky. And just like that, good morning, on the final day of our Transatlantic crossing. I actually can't believe how quickly it's gone. Now, my plan for today is, to be honest, not a lot. I'm planning the most chilled out day today because I've been quite busy on this crossing. Now, I've done quite a lot of work on YouTube, and I'm actually quite thankful for that because I think I mentioned a few days ago that the agenda or the itinerary on a Virgin ship, it does get quite repetitive after probably day 7, day 8, I would say. And I think that's probably, is it confirming to me that I maybe wouldn't do a long Virgin cruise again? I'm not sure. Like, I've really, really enjoyed it, but the vibe on here is very different to a normal Virgin cruise because I find the short Virgin cruises are a bit mad. The 7 nighters are, well, up until about 7 nights on this cruise, everyone was still going for it. And then after that, everyone just chilled. I think people realised that they couldn't continue with the same pace as what they were going at before. So yeah, I don't know if I would do another 2 weeker again, but to be confirmed. Like, I've really, really enjoyed the crossing, but as I've said before, like it's really negatively impacted it not having announcements and not being told where we are and not knowing what the weather's going to be like until we go outside. Like, yeah, I think that's where it definitely should be thought about in terms of how to change that in the future. Because yeah, a lot of people, I've heard this loads where people book a cruise but they don't like the thought of being on a ship, so they quite like the big Oasis class Royal Caribbean ships because in a lot of venues you can't see the ocean. But this ship, it seems to be designed to have a real relationship with the ocean outside the window, but we never talk about it, which feels a bit weird. Like, on a normal cruise, fine, but on a cruise like this, or a voyage like this, I really think we should be talking a bit more. But yeah, I mean, aside from that, I've had a ball. This has been a great cruise. I've met some fantastic people, and I hope that you've enjoyed coming along on the journey. The only final thing to update you on today, guys, is that my clothes have come back from the laundry and nothing is shrunk. Well, this hasn't shrunk. I haven't checked the rest of the bag, but in my next vlog series, you'll know if there's been a problem because I'll be wearing the same thing over and over again. But yeah, look, my plan now, I'm going to head up to the top deck and sunbathe because the weather outside today is glorious. It's absolutely scorching out there. And after that, I'll be coming back to finish a few bits on my laptop. Now, tomorrow we'll dock in Miami, so I'll finish the video by showing you what it looks like when we dock. I'm hoping it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. And tomorrow I'll be hopping onto my next cruise ship. So I'll be going from here in or on Valiant Lady in Miami, getting in a taxi and going to Fort Lauderdale to get on Holland America Rotterdam, which I am buzzing to get on that ship. I'm so excited. I've never done Holland America before, which means I've obviously never been on Rotterdam. So I also don't think I've never cruised out of Fort Lauderdale. I've cruised into Fort Lauderdale on Queen Elizabeth a few weeks ago, but I've never cruised out. So yeah, excited to see what it looks like to embark there as well. So look, on that note, I'm going to finish now because I have got the rest of the day on board to enjoy. Welcome to Miami in Florida, which means that we have officially completed the Transatlantic on Virgin's Valiant Lady. Now today is going to be a sad day for a lot of people because today is the day where we leave the ship and most people head home. However, that's not the case for me and it's not the case for you because we have got another ship to get on. Now, first of all, I'm going to show you a little bit of these views in Miami this morning because it is absolutely beautiful. I really hope you've enjoyed following along with me as we've crossed the Atlantic Ocean together over the last 2 weeks. If you have just found my channel and you're not already subscribed, then please do click the subscribe button directly underneath, and also give the video your thumbs up if you want to help my content to reach so many more people. For now though, it's time to head to those bright red gangway signs to take one final look at the outside of this absolutely beautiful ship, to then head down the gangway and go ashore. As I said, this isn't a sad day for us because we're soon to head up the gangway and have our first experience with Holland America. Stay tuned and I'll see you on board. If you enjoyed this video today, did you know that you can become a member of my YouTube channel for an exclusive behind the scenes look at some of the ships that I'm travelling on? If you're over on Patreon, then I would love to see you over there. All you have to do to join me on that community is just search www.patreon.com/Fraser@Sea. Both my YouTube memberships and my Patreon site lead directly to me getting on more cruise ships, and both offer a completely behind the scenes look at what's going on.